Y'all need to stop asking Black creators why they haven't spoken up. Fun fact, we've been speaking up even before November even happened. We've had creators do the Hooked on Phonics special and read Project 2025 out loud on lives for multiple days. So let's talk about these platforms and the way that they do not disseminate the information to everybody. And in doing so, we're not just implicating the platforms, we're also implicating you and your preferences. I'll put it that way. You see, many moons ago, about 10 years, when I was in an MLM, I spoke up after attending a conference in which it was very, very homogenized milk. The company was a nail wrap company, but in all honesty, it doesn't matter. They were all the same. But what do you expect from something based out of Utah and often run by Mormons? That's not a religious persecution. That's just telling you about what the optics, what the demographics of such companies tend to be. So I called out that company inside of the leadership group because, yes, I did ascend to leadership. And all of a sudden, I got an inundation of friend requests from people who did not look like me. Now, I grew up the same way because I was gifted, labeled genius, and then put into all these different schools that often didn't have people who looked like me, because people who looked like me usually were relegated to special ed classes due to the fact that no one suspected they had ADHD, autism, a learning disability, or anything of that nature that may have impacted their comprehension, but that is a whole nother subject. And I would go through these friend requests and I would look at their friends list. Surprise, surprise, often their friends lists were as homogenized as milk. Against my better judgment, I did allow some of these to become my quote unquote friend. But in the wake of Blue Lives Matter versus Black Lives Matter, as if the truth was that all lives matter, however, we still weren't being counted, so that's why we had to say Black Lives Matter. These people were really unsafe to me. Some of them, because some of them are still my friends, real ones. Fast forward, I created my own business, and as a result, I was marketing through ads, and I began to notice something trendy. The majority of people responding to my ad looked like me or looked adjacent to me. Yet my newsfeed was filled with ads of people who did not look like me and very often did not even have ads of people who looked like me. We were told that ads were based off of algorithmic preference. So they're going to show ads to people who have a pattern of looking at content or people who look the way of the ad. You see, I was advised not to put my face on an ad. I was advised not to put a face that looked like mine on an ad because I was advised that that would limit my reach. But I wondered how, because I'm paying the same money as everyone else. And you know what? They were right. I would get a sprinkling of people who looked opposite to my color, and those were the kind of people who did not have the biases, the innate biases, the entrenched, in-depth biases towards people who look like me. Those were people who saw human beings, in spite, because I don't know, of color. They signed up, they bought courses, they sat at my teachings, they supported me, they learned from me, and it was fantastic. But I never stopped being aware of the fact that though I spent my money, the algorithmic reach was limited. Why did I bring that up? Because y'all literally have jumped under my videos and asked why I haven't spoken up sooner. Baby, if you don't take 5 seconds and scroll down my doggone profile and see that I've been speaking up nonstop. And while the fault lies with algorithms that you don't see more faces like mine, it also lies with you because you don't look for faces like mine. You don't interact with faces like mine. You don't comment, engage, share faces that look like mine. And so you have trained your algorithms on all your platforms that you don't want to see faces that look like mine. But again, as I said, the fault is not yours. It's also these platforms. The video I just posted earlier got called down for this. I don't have none of that in my video. None. But when I tell you this is a common occurrence, I mean it. I get these kinds of messages on every single video that I do, that I try to impact the way that people are thinking about reality here. I'm showing this chart because this is how people get to view my page. Baby, it's not that I'm trying to go viral, not at all. But there is a very distinct way between how these platforms, especially this one, react to people who look like me and people who look like this. She has 14K likes. I don't even know how many views. Oh wait, wrong thing. She has multiple views that are in the thousands and the millions. And I'm not hating on her. Her content's good. But she doesn't look like me. And the people who do look like me often don't have the same kind of responses or push. I've been talking since November. Folks who look like me have to use code words. Those videos I showed you got to use that man's name, got to use the harsh words, like the truthful words, got to say whatever they wanted to say, and they still got reach, they still got pushed, they still got views, they still got followers, they still got monetized. I'm not the only one. Yes, she has more views, and yes, she is definitely more aesthetically pleasing to look at, I guess, by these European standards. But even her videos are not getting that same kind of reach at all, and she has to use code words just like I do. And now she is finally up there, but again, she don't have the same kind of reach as those other people that I just showed you, and she works really hard, damn hard. She's on here every freaking day delivering. He's been on here since November, pushing, saying and sharing all the content. But look at his reach. It's really not even comparable. And I can show you multitudes of people to compare to. Now, he is more confrontational, and still though, he's up there, but that's because his controversy is something that helps him, such as this platform coming after him, and so people rallied around him to actually help him get up in these views. So yeah, this is what happened when they tried to silence him. He got in the ends, and his content is really good. So if you don't follow him, go ahead and do so. My point, stop saying we're not out here. Stop saying we're not speaking up. And stop acting surprised that you're just now finding us, because the truth is you're just now looking for us. Only one of my videos has surpassed 100K views, and listen, I ain't mad about it. And that video is the one where I talked about Macklemore. Macklemore. But I've been out here in these streets educating the hell out of everybody, because I'm a teacher, 15 years in the trenches. I'm a researcher. I'm an ADHD person. So I'm going to dive deep. I'm an author. I'm a coach. I'm a seer. Listen, y'all, I'm even a medium, but I don't like to go over there. Okay, so stop telling us what we're not doing and start looking at yourself, because you're finally seeing us. And that's a damn shame, because we've been here. This isn't even my first profile. This is just the only one that's close to 10K. But y'all, after 7-8 months of being very consistent with this platform, I still haven't even reached the 10K. That's funny. But anyway, it's not even about that for me, honestly. While I can use the monetization, because it's been a really rough 3 years, and I'm not even gonna get into that because I'll start crying again. But the fact is, we've been here, we've been out here, we've been speaking. Stop getting under our platforms and saying, why y'all just not talking? You're just now listening.